In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful, my dear friends and fellows, if at all you do have any sort of experience in the gardening, you will be knowing that each, each month or so, you need to weed your field, whether you have sowed, whether you have cultivated the vegetables, the fruits, or whatsoever, or even the crops. So we need to actually, we need to weed, we need to pull out the weeds which are actually occupying the space, and the weeds which actually take the nutrition from the soil. So my dear friend, like if at all, if there are certain fruit gardens, if at all there are certain fruit orchards, then even each of the each of the fruit tree need to be maintained, and there are it is needed that certain branches should be cut from that particular tree. Dear friends, no matter what a person is doing, no matter, even if at all you go to the stock market, you will come to know that a sort of correction is needed, after some of the time. A kind of correction is needed, whether it is about a particular particular sector of the business, or a particular company, or the stock exchange as a whole. There are certain corrections needed, certain corrections are needed. So even if at all we talk about the interpersonal relationship, if at all we talk about the interpersonal relationship, we will come to know that there are certain corrections needed every now and then, because we go in the wrong direction. Sometimes we start eating food, sometimes we start overeating, or we start eating something else which is not good for our health at all, and we have started eating or using it more. Like some of the people take excessive tea in the winter particular. Another, some of the people, they are seen smoking excessively and heavily. Some of the people are having any other bad habit. Now these people with the any sort of bad habit, these people are actually, they people need to correct themselves, either to eradicate it or to bring it into the moderation. The best thing is that all these bad things must be eradicated. If at all, actually we need to observe, a kind of, you can say that discipline and correction day, maybe once in a fortnight, maybe once in a fortnight or so. And there should be correction week after each after each quarter of the year. We need to have a correction week. If this correction could be regarding the eating, regarding any other, regarding the smoking, regarding, it could be anything else, that during this week in a quarter year, I need to correct all my habits, and we should be mentally prepared for it in advance. We should be mentally prepared for it in advance, that this is my correction day, this is my correction week of the quarter year. And maybe there should be a correction month in a year as well, a correction month in a year as well, maybe a correction month in a 6 month, each 6 month of the period. But these corrections are very, very important. I am presenting this thing as an idea that we should observe, personally, and this will actually keeps us healthy psychologically, and our habits will be good enough. Our habits will not become too bad, too rusty, and counterproductive. We need to sharpen ourselves. We need to sharpen the saw. We need to sharpen ourselves, and we need to make ourselves healthy again. And that is really, really, really important, because unless and until we do that, and we will be otherwise suffering, and we will be suffering too much as well. My dear friends, My dear friend, this is actually this correction time, this correction period that is so important that it is actually, it will ensure our good health. Good health in mean psychological health, good health mean our physical health, but it is really important. And if at all we are not taking care of it, if at all we are not much interested to keep ourselves, to make ourselves as a healthy human being, I think then we will suffer, and then our life will go astray, and we will be away and apart from the track. We will be away from the track, and this this deviation, and this we will actually go astray if at all we are not observing the correction time, the correction period. This is hugely important. This will make us actually free of so many bad habits, so many of the bad habits, and we will stop excessively relying upon other people, upon someone else, and we will stop relying excessively on medicines, etc., etc., etc. If at all a person is not exercising, if a person does not go out for the sake of walk, if a person doesn't say the prayer or read the Quran, or whatever good habits you want to incorporate, whatever good habits you want to adopt, I think this observing a correction week after each quarter year, or maybe correction fortnight after each 6 months, I think it will make us really a great human being. It will make us, it will we will be able to maintain our cutting edge, and we will be able to maintain our competency. We will be able to stay young, we will be able to stay on the right, it is a kind of disciplining exercise. We will be able to discipline ourselves, and we desperately need to keep ourselves disciplined, because unless and until we do that, obviously we will be suffering, and we might suffer a lot. We might have to pay extra price, we might have to pay too much for failing to correct ourselves. Correction is something really important, and we can adopt anyway, but this, as for this correction is concerned, it is really important, and it is unavoidable. It should not be overlooked at all. It shouldn't be underestimated. The importance of it must not be underestimated at all, because my dear friends, this is something actually which will keep us healthy, not only physically but psychologically as well, but spiritually as well. And we will be actually bringing certain improvements and certain direly needed changes in each and every sphere of life, whatever, regardless of what we are trying to do. Thank you.